We've been there for 53 years. And in all of that time, we've never closed the restaurant that we opened. And they're all still doing very well. The original one in Georgetown does more business now than it has ever done. And, I would say that's a good part of our legacy is that, we've proven over the years that we're still relevant.
Stuart Davidson opened Clyde's restaurant in the summer of 1963. It was a two-room burger and beer place near the corner of Wisconsin Avenue and M Street in Georgetown. A year later, he hired a first-year Georgetown University student named John Latham as a dishwasher.
Well, I started there my freshman year at Georgetown just to make enough money on the weekends for my dates the next week. I just got to like it so much that I stayed.
Clyde's pioneered Sunday brunch in Washington at a time when most D.C. restaurants closed on Sundays. And John Latham added omelets to his portfolio.
I just liked the idea of doing a brunch, but that's how I got to be a bartender was by opening the restaurant on Sundays. I was a busboy, then I was a waiter, then I was a bartender, then I became the day manager. I've had just about every job you could have in the company. Stuart Davidson, who eventually became my partner, made me the general manager in 1966, and we continued from there.
In 1970, the partners attended an auction for the contents of the old Ebbett Grill, located on F Street, just a block from the White House. The historic restaurant had fallen on hard times. They set out to purchase just an antique beer stein collection, but they ended up spending $11,200 to buy their second location.
It was a good partnership because they complemented each other. Stuart had money. He was smart. He was a good businessman. John didn't have any money, but he had ambition and he had good taste. He was honest. He treated people with a great deal of fairness. He is an unsung hero in a lot of ways.
Over the next several decades, Latham and Davidson opened many restaurants in the District, Maryland, and Virginia. All of them embody Clyde's tradition of reliably tasty food, attentive service, and rooms filled with great historical collections.
I think the fact that they've stood the test of time, 14 operations, 2,300 employees, gross revenues over $130 million, and they've never, ever had to close a restaurant in over 50 years is remarkable in an industry where, closing restaurants happens 3 out of 5 times within the first 3 years.
John collects a lot of different things. And I kid him at times because I say, the only reason you got restaurants is for that wall space for your collections.
Clyde's has quietly given back to its communities over the years.
I think I was just looking the other day, and we've made gift contributions to something like 700 charities and schools in the Washington area just so far this year. I think it's a real positive for us that we're involved with so many.
He doesn't want a lot of credit or a lot of attention. He's the sort of kind of guy that Maimonides said was the best philanthropist, and they're the ones that are more anonymous.